much regret post-divorce. If I could go back knowing what I know now, I would never have downloaded a dating app or ever gotten on one. People will get on dating apps and spend massive amounts of time chatting, talking, and texting, basically just to do a job interview, only to find out you don't have chemistry and you wasted hours, months, and weeks getting...
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Matthew and Carlene channel. Today, I thought we should go over lies that the feminist movement tells women about divorce. So, let's get into it, shall we?
To know someone, people don't really know how to set the correct boundaries on that, and that's a whole nother lesson. There's also not accountability because they are not in your friend group, your church group, any kind of social group, so you can't even have that filter of knowing anything about their background, and they'll quickly ghost you.
Divorce my husband. Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's sickness. I found myself divorced and out there looking for love in all the wrong places. This one and that one and that one and that one and this one and that one. And my body count going up and my value going down. I'm just going to call it like a TI is. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them. I should have stayed married to my husband. I felt like I was on this dark road with no street lights, pitch dark, and I couldn't find my way and didn't know which way to go. I felt lost. I felt like I was walking barefoot on that dark road with pebbles and hot rocks sticking my foot. I felt hurt. I felt alone because every time he and that one and this one and that one left my bed, I was alone all by myself. And which was supposed to be soft and comfortable for me, my pillow, it was now filled with tears. I should not have...
Well, madam, this is also one of the main concerns that men have expressed over years that have landed on deaf ears. And it's also one of the many lies that the feminist movement tells women about divorce. For you see, feminists will give women here in the West all sorts of reasons to divorce their husbands. Like an endless amount of reasons. But what they don't tell you are the consequences that reality will hit the woman with if she divorces her husband without having a purely legitimate reason for doing so. One of those consequences is that a huge portion of your value, of the woman's value on the dating market, will be cut and transferred over to her ex-husband. The reason why is because you say you want a partner who's loyal, faithful, and monogamous. Well, you now have a legal court document that clearly makes it perfectly clear you're not loyal, faithful, or monogamous yourself. But your ex, on the other hand, is. And I'll be honest with you, this phenomenon goes way past just divorce. Because I don't know how it is with your guys' experience, but with my experience, the more broader and more emotional based and illogical a woman's complaint is about a man, the more and more the woman's life goes completely downhill when the man chooses to leave and puts his foot down. Like, I cut off women in my life who made complaints like that, and I noticed that their lives are just completely miserable. They really are. Many times over, they try to come back to me in the most provocative of ways imaginable that even for a guy, me, myself, it's just way too much. Like, it really is. I'm not turned on, I'm just creeped out. So that's what's explaining what's going on here. It really is.
Left my husband.
When I left my husband, I was only making like $16 an hour. And so that wasn't enough. And so I got myself into a lot of credit card debt because I moved into an apartment that I couldn't really afford, but I thought that someone else was going to be living with me in it. So that's
what do you mean? The ex?
No. Okay, so right after I got divorced, I got into a situation with somebody I knew from work. And
How quickly after the divorce?
well, like immediately. It was like a rebound, right? I guess is what they would call it.
Okay.
And we
Like
worked
the
together.
day after?
Maybe. Sort of, yes.
Okay.
So I knew him, right? We worked together. That's how we met.
Well, wait,
And-
how long are you married?
Almost 5 years.
Did you guys ever have any kids?
Yes.
And you got with this person a day after?
Yes, but see what I thought he was like the love of my life.
A day after a divorce. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I'm familiar with this phenomenon too. This is also a lie that the feminist movement tells women at a young age. A very dangerous lie, I might add, where the feminist movement teaches women at a very young age that love is when a man caters to you, gives you everything you ever wanted, no questions to ask, and never bothers asking for anything in return. Well, the law and history makes it perfectly clear that's the legal definition of slavery. Yo, hola guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Going good, guys. Going very good. Glad to see you. And let's be honest, slavery was outlawed here in the West quite some time ago. This is another reason why so many men, including myself, have decided to become passport bros and seek partners from overseas. I don't have anything against women. I don't. However, I'm not going to promote slavery. Not even for women. It's not going to happen.
Sure. And you thought he'd be living with you?
Yes. Like I
What's the problem with dating as single mums? I don't understand the issue with these men. We're talking men in their late 30s, like 38, 39, and as soon as you mention you've got children, they don't want to fucking know. And I don't get it. And then they go simping over 21-year-olds. And that's because they've got no responsibility. The free-spirited get to do whatever the hell they want, and it makes them look good and feel better about themselves. There is nothing wrong with dating a single mother. Like, my kids are practically teenagers. Well, my daughter is. She's nearly 16. My son's nearly 11. If anything, I've got more free time now opposed to what I had 4 years ago. This whole stigma of, like, dating someone with kids has really, really got to stop. Like, it's wrong. It really is wrong. Like, what's wrong with me? I'm 33 years old. I know what I want. I'm responsible. I do a pretty good job raising my children on my own. I've been single 4 years.
Well, actually, madam, the real reason why men are turned off at the idea of dating single moms is because that child of yours that's not his is an additional expense. And honest God is. And a very expensive one at that. If you want men to take the idea of dating you as a single mother seriously, at bare minimum, you're going to have to come up with an offer for that man. You know, an offer to bring into his life that's going to make him overlook that expense. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it is on you, and it will be a difficult task.
What's the problem?
I'm divorced. I thought I'd be happier, except the judge set the child support amount at $326 a month. $326 a month for 2 kids for child support is what he has to pay me. $326 a month because he's not working, because he chooses not to. I was able to cross-examine him, which was fun. And I asked him how many hours a week he spends working or trying to sell houses, because technically he still has a real estate license, so technically he's still a realtor. He said 15 hours a week approximately is how many hours he works per week. Grown man, grown able-bodied man with transportation and no childcare to worry about, says he works 15 hours a week.
We transferred the Jeep title to my name 3 weeks before we separated.
That's accurate. You had coerced me into signing over, a portion, adding your name to that in exchange for you replacing the money that you had removed from the LLC account that was there to make payments on the Jeep and take care of its maintenance.
Did I work the Jeep and I rented it in Turo for the past 3 years?
We did that together for a period of time, much less than 3 years.
Did you ask me to buy the tires of the Jeep with my money?
Absolutely not. That money was in the LLC account that was earned by us for the purposes of maintaining and making payments on the Jeep, and you had removed that money to your personal account.
Did you remember that I bought and I replaced the Jeep tires, and that was a cost of $2,000?
We did that. That money came from the LLC account.
So we both,
our LLC.
we both were maintaining the cost of the Jeep in one way or other way.
No, you had never personally contributed money to that account. However, I had on multiple occasions when you had either removed money from that account and it was not available to make the payments and pay for maintenance, or otherwise.
Did I replace and I purchased the tires for the Jeep? Yes or no?
Objection asked and answered.
Sustained.
It's my husband's funeral, which unfortunately I cannot make because obviously I am busy here in Tunisia. I would have loved to have gone. We were together for 17 years. Unfortunately for me, he did decide to die on the week I had planned to come on holiday, so I did make the decision not to go because, I need a holiday at the end of the day, and my holiday is way more important than sitting in a church watching people cry. I would love to give him a good send-off, so I'm going to get absolutely drunk tonight with this new guy that I met, and I'm going to raise a glass for you, Jeremy, because you were an amazing husband, very rich. I can't wait to do the will reading when I'm home. I have made sure I'm going to be home in time to do the will reading because I would not miss that for the world, because obviously I am due to get a lot of money and that's a very, very important thing to me. So I hope you have a good funeral today, Jeremy. Love you. All good things have to come to an end. So I did miss my husband's funeral because I was in holiday in Tunisia. I would not have missed my holiday for the world, and I know my husband would have understood because that's just the kind of guy he was. But yes, I have come back from my holiday just to make sure that I got back in time for the will reading, because I am not going to miss that for the absolute world. I have been held captive in the Ukraine for at least a week now, following my holiday in Tunisia, where I did get pregnant with a very well-known married celebrity's baby. However, I am very lucky to have been released just in the nick of time for my husband's will reading, because I do deserve all of that money. I spent 17 years with this man, which is a lot longer than any of his children did. So I deserve the inheritance a lot more than his own children. So I am going to fight the will with lawyers if he has left any of his inheritance to his children, because they do not deserve it, unlike me, who looked after him every single day for 17 years when they were out living their own lives. That money's mine. I spent 17 years of my life with an elderly man who smelled like cabbage, just to be told I've got nothing in the will, nothing, and he was worth £33 million. And you think this is funny? I have wasted my life with a geriatric coffin dodger for nothing. And why everyone thinks it's so funny that my husband donated all his money to a bunch of cats and dogs. Who even likes cats and dogs? I'm literally going to be homeless. Like, I've got no money. Not even my own house or my car. Like, I'm literally going to be poor. I'm going to have to shop in fucking Asda, like all the other poor people. Not Asda. I've wasted my life thinking I was going to get millions by marrying that elderly coffin dodger. And he looked like a shriveled up fucking prune.
Alright everybody, this one technically has nothing to do with divorce itself. But I do think it's something important that we should be covering. Because in case you guys have been wondering why there's been a massive, huge increase in Western women applying to work in things like OnlyFans, similar industries, to the point where there has been a huge push by Western women to legalize it here in the West. That's keyword, Western women, not men, Western women. Well, here's one of your reasons for you. It's not the only reason, but it is one of the big ones. Because after all, if you're posting unacceptable behavior like this on things like social media, Facebook, Twitter, etc., etc. Hello, sir. Good to see you, sir. Well, let's be honest here. I'm pretty sure you have officially terminated the market value of any degree you possess or about to possess. You have, because those are public documents. And just because you can't use that degree of yours anymore, it does not change the fact you're still going to be legally required to pay off your debt for that degree. Especially since that's how colleges get their grant money that goes into everybody's paychecks. And honest to God it is. Now, I don't really approve of sex work. In fact, I don't really think anybody really approves of it. However, I am understanding that for a lot of these women who had their lives very seriously damaged by the feminist movement, sex work might be their only avenue of recovery. Which is sad, to be honest with you. Now, that's all we got time for today. I'm going to continue enjoying this walk. If you guys like this content, by all means, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, look us up on Patreon, leave a comment. It really helps us out. It really does. Peace out, everybody. Peace out.